Hello, everyone. This is Illa Lynn, and thanks for stopping by my channel, Everything Spiritual. Disclaimer: all readings are for entertainment purposes only, so enjoy. Hi, everyone. How y'all doing? This is Illa Lynn, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel, Everything Spiritual. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Today I'm going to do my week in advance, pick a crystal reading. For the dates of April 13th through April 19th, 2025. The overall energy for this upcoming week is the Nordic rune Tiwaz. And this symbol or rune means divinity or sun, which can translate to success, but also, as you can see, this card is about leadership, taking the lead, taking action for the greater good, not just yourself. You may have a very strong rider here in the rear, but because he's practicing teamwork, he's back here to help keep the group tight. So the overall energy for this upcoming week deals with taking a charge and sacrificing yourself, self-sacrificing for the greater good are all involved. For this week's reading, we have, for the first reading or spread, the crystal amber. And amber is associated with protection and potential. And the other spread is represented by the crystal yellow Jasper. And this crystal helps you remove blockages in your life that may be keeping you from going forward or accomplishing your goals. The time stamps for the crystals will be in the description below. So let's get into this week's reading. If you chose amber, this is your week in advance. Pick a crystal reading. Your greatest spiritual challenge for this upcoming week is the card Say What You Mean. And this card is dealing with basically speaking your mind. If you've been someone who's had a hard time speaking up for yourself, this is a time for you to put yourself first. And if you have something to say, have the courage to say what's on your mind. You may have been someone who in the past, to keep the peace, you have said what others want to hear. But during this week, this is a time for you to say what you mean what you say, and say what's on your mind. Now, something you believe to be true about you being able to finally say what's on your mind and speak up for yourself is that you have to communicate intelligently, clearly, and express yourself to others. If you're having a hard time processing this, you can take some time and look at the different areas of your life and see where you're not happy, where you're dissatisfied, where you're not speaking up for yourself just to keep the peace or just to go with the flow. In order to do that, something you may need to organize is your home base. And I look at home as being an emotional foundation as well as a physical sanctuary, a place of safety where you can go and rest your mind. In this reading, home is going to symbolize your emotional stability. The house is where you would receive your support system. This is where you would have support, either you supporting yourself or your family members supporting you, so that you have the courage to speak up for yourself and say what's on your mind. And the best way to do this is to start with having a solid foundation, having stability and the perseverance. A strong anchor will allow you to persevere through a storm. You need to have a solid foundation from your support system that allows you to build a solid foundation going forward, where you are able to clearly say what you mean what you say, without worrying about people pleasing or hurting others' feelings. And practicing this, the outcome is going to give you longevity, happiness, good health. You're not holding in stress. You're not holding in anxiety. Anxiety and stress, when not managed, can turn into disease or disease. So by you confronting what is bothering you, expressing how you feel about it, it's going to give you an overall sense of peace, happiness, comfort, longevity, and it'll also help you to accomplish things that much quicker, because you're able to communicate effectively. All right, so let's see what's going on with the second spread. You chose yellow Jasper. This is your week in advance reading. Your greatest spiritual challenge is the card rejection. So this is telling me that some of us are afraid of rejection. We may take rejection as a personal attack instead of something that is just a part of life. Instead of taking the rejection as a personal attack, use it to learn and grow from. For instance, if you're rejected or you don't get the job that you applied for, instead of taking that personal, find out where you need to strengthen your resume, or find out what skills you may need to strengthen or put on the resume, so that going forward you won't have that problem again. If someone rejects you in your relationship, that's fine. Learn from the situation. Maybe you gave yourself to this person too quickly. Maybe you lowered your boundaries too fast. Learn from the experience. That way you can continue to grow and thrive. Rejection in a relationship is fine. It just lets you know, hey, this person is not a good fit for me. They're not a good match. Fine. Let it go and allow yourself the opportunity to meet someone who is a better fit, who is more compatible with your personality. Now, what you believe to be true about this rejection is that this is a time for you to have a transformation or change. You are in a position where you will want to change how you experience, how you react to rejection. You need to change from taking it personal and look at it as a fact of life, and also as an opportunity to learn and grow. Now, something you may need to work on in order to overcome rejection is the book of knowledge, seeking guidance, wisdom. If it's dealing with work, strengthen your skill sets where you're weak so that you're more competitive. You have a greater opportunity to get hired. With regarding relationships, take the time to study and learn the person that you have an attraction to or who you want to share your life with, and make sure that that person is a good fit. Make sure that person has the same or if not greater level of admiration or infatuation or feelings towards you. And the best way to get this done is your communication. You need to be able to communicate effectively. And this card also can be an indication that you may have some kind of communications on the way. So this is a twofold situation here, or a twofold explanation. So the best path to take to deal with rejection is to communicate and understand how being rejected makes you feel. And if you can understand how it happens, you'll have a greater control over it happening. Now, this card can also mean that there's a notification, some type of notice coming to you, possibly through the mail or email, but you're going to receive some type of notification. And this notification may have something to do with rejection. And sometimes rejection just means not now. It doesn't mean ever or never. And then this may be a task for you to see how well you handle written rejection, whether it's you didn't get the job or you didn't get the credit card offer or something that you have applied for and wanted. You may receive a communications that you're not able to get it at this time. And go through that experience and see how you can take that and turn it around and turn it into a positive learning experience. You want to get to the place where you no longer fear rejection. You accept it as a normal part of life. It's a decision that's being made. It's either a yes or a no. You understand it and you keep moving on. And in doing these things, you will actually develop direction, possibly even self-direction in your life. Learning how to handle and deal with rejection can help you further along your path, and it can actually help you find your way. But the main message for this reading is not to let rejection keep you from accomplishing your goals in life or being happy in your life. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. Some or all of it may or may not apply. Take what applies, leave what doesn't. And until the next time, namaste.